Next question is from Valerio. This is our Italian friend. His question was this: it says, "I understood that soil analysis doesn't give a dogmatic value, and eyes are the first evaluation means. In this sense, what's the influence of soil type in soil analysis interpretation? For example, does clay soil have a minimum level of sustainable nutrition different from sandy soil for a nutrient element?" And I answered it, and I said, okay, now I understand. I said, yes, different soils will likely have different critical nutrient levels. Some soils adsorb K, even absorb K, potassium, whereas others mineralize potassium. Similar dynamics will occur with other elements. The influence of the plant on soil nutrients will also likely differ among soils, which in turn will alter the critical level. In other words, the plant itself, which is almost always disregarded. I don't know why, but it's disregarded when it comes to these soil nutrient things, the soil nutrient pH and stuff. The soil test extractant does attempt to provide an extracted value that is representative of what the plant will be able to take up, but the plant itself has a major impact on the availability, or I shouldn't say the availability, the uptake of nutrients that it can harvest the soil from. I mean, the plant plays a major function. And what I say to Valerio here is that the influence of the plant on soil nutrients will also likely differ in soils. And it will, which will alter the critical level, which it will. However, in almost every documented case, when critical nutrient levels have been determined for turfgrass, the critical levels are almost always less than the critical level that the lab uses. And this is what I mentioned earlier in the show tonight. This is a result of developing critical levels on a plant other than turfgrass, which is what I mentioned earlier tonight. They generally don't develop these soil test values in these labs on turfgrass. Even if you put St. Augustine grass on the check, or you put Bermuda grass, or you put tall fescue, or you put bent grass on the checklist on the form, that doesn't mean the lab actually performed a correlation and calibration on that specific plant. I can almost guarantee you they haven't. Okay. So the critical level they send back, or the point at which they say, okay, you need to apply fertilizer, I don't know where they get that value from. I have no clue. But I am not anywhere remotely convinced that they actually did it on turfgrass, much less a specific cultivar or a specific species of turfgrass. Okay. Okay. Using the plant as the nutrient indicator is likely the most effective method of nutrient applications for turfgrass. Research is currently underway to address that specific hypothesis. So the hypothesis is, should we use the plant as the nutrient indicator rather than the test? And we're doing work on that right now. It's going to be a while, but we're working on it. So the point is, if you don't see a nutrient deficiency, wouldn't worry about it a whole lot. And his question was, will the critical levels differ in soils based upon the texture or the type of soil? Absolutely, they will. It'll differ probably because of the plant. It'll differ on the location of the year. It'll even differ on your expectations. And there's all sorts of things that will affect the critical nutrient level. So having one critical nutrient level is just a pipe dream. I mean, you're not going to have one critical nutrient level for all turf grasses and all soils. That's absurd.